Peace be with you. My name is Alan Kiesler. Although I'm in the United States, I'm always thinking about Pakistan, Khalistan, the land of the pure, where, God willing, world peace is being established right now. World peace is definitely coming. This whole world is being transformed. But we must understand this world that we think we're living in. We take it that this world is the reality. This world is really a simulation. It's a virtual reality generated from another reality, which we usually do not see or even consider. We're not even aware. So I've been getting up every morning, watching the sun rise, and somehow the sun has just risen here recently, and I'm still out walking around in the countryside and in the streets of Esparto, thinking and praying, when will that day come when all the world will come together in love and unity with this understanding that our purpose as human beings is really self-realization, to understand our real self, not this person that we think we are, this body, or even this mind that we identify with in this virtual reality. But the real purpose of human life is to realize our eternal identity beyond this temporary body, even beyond this temporary mind, which is a very, very subtle point. So this is really all I wanted to say, and I'm praying for myself and for all of us that we can understand this very, very fundamental truth. And I do believe, of course, it's what I've been told and what I have accepted, that Pakistan, Khalistan is that holy place that has been destined to be part of this awakening, where we can really understand this. And the purpose of Zikr, or remembering God Almighty, or remembering the supreme absolute source of everything. Zikr means remembering, or often it means calling on the names of God. So that process of Zikr is meant to wake us up from this absorption in this virtual reality and help us see the truth of this very, very important fact that what we're living in, this beautiful world, at least it's beautiful here in Esparto, being able to see the sun rising every morning. It's very enlightening to me to see this and understand this reality really is just like a dream. It's a temporary manifestation. It's a temporary simulation, really, simulated from another reality, a higher reality. So this is our message for today. Very simple, and we should not be so absorbed and worried about what's happening in this world. Of course, we do have that duty also, to do what we can in this world to help people become freed from their absorption in it, uh, their worries and anxieties. But ultimately, really, this is what I've been considering recently. We must remember this fact, that this world is a temporary simulation. It's a virtual reality, really. And we can actually realize that through this process of zikr, proper zikr. Unfortunately, zikr can become just the opposite if we don't have proper guidance, and we can become even more absorbed in this virtual reality, this simulation, thinking this is the reality by doing zikr without awareness. Anyway, that's all I will say. Let's see if we have any comments on this. We do have a few comments. Sarmad Ishfaq says, Babaji, you are back, mashallah. Well, I've been doing my regular practices. I've not been doing them online every day, the zikr, but I have been doing it myself and trying to break through this misconception, which I also suffer from, and which all of us practically suffer from, thinking this world is so important. This is the ultimate reality. This world is important, but not in itself. It's important because it's a venue, it's a place, it's a virtual reality in which we can learn a lot and make great progress. But we have to understand that point. So, yes, it's not that I'm back. I've been every Saturday at this time. I've been doing this live chat, and I'm planning to continue that. Uh, and I'm planning to continue my zikr, but I'm trying to make sure that my zikr is not reinforcing my absorption in the virtual reality and thinking that it is the reality. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. Okay, Gray says, Salam Babaji, wa alaikum salam, Gray. Gray goes on, Babaji, Pakistan economy is facing worst phase because of our elite invest their money on dollars and 56% people of Pakistan purchase dollars. Pak rupee's value diminish day by day. Yes, this is very true. Um, and it's also true that all of this drama of what's going on in Pakistan right now, it will be very beneficial to us if we use it as an opportunity to turn towards this truth and realize this virtual reality. It has a good purpose, but the purpose is not what we usually think it is. It's not just to rectify the problems in the economy, because that in itself is part of the simulation, but it's a part of the simulation that can be very beneficial. So the worse things get in this simulation, the more likely it is that we will turn to the truth and wake up. That's my prayer for myself and for all of us. Uh, that's why I say that Pakistan, Khalistan is that place where people are turning to the truth, are turning to God, are begging for proper understanding. Uh, so that's really the message I'm giving today is please let us all continue our zikr, but not allow the zikr, which has happened to me too, to do the opposite of what it's supposed to do. What it is supposed to do is wake us up, but unfortunately, zikr can become, if we're not careful and if we're not under proper guidance, the zikr can become a cause of becoming more absorbed in the virtual reality and forgetting that this is just a temporary dream. It's really a dream. It's a temporary display which we can become fully absorbed in, which most people are fully absorbed in, but which we are supposed to wake up from and realize the reality from which or by which or beyond which, excuse me, from which or by which this reality that we think we are living in, we take this as the reality that we're living in, this is really just a simulation. So I hope that's a little difficult to understand, but please pray about it and meditate about it and see if you can appreciate this point. I'm going to be talking more about this now, I think, as I've understood this myself. Games Lover says, Assalamu alaikum, आप सैयद यूनुस अल गोहर से मिले हैं. सरकार गोहर शाही के नुमाइंदे हैं और सूफी हैं. मैं उनके फॉलोअर हूँ. नहीं, मैं उनसे नहीं मिला हूँ. यूनुस अल गोहर साहब से नहीं मिला हूँ. और खुशी की बात है आप उनके नुमाइंदे हैं और बहुत सारे अच्छे लोग हैं इस दुनिया में. इंशाल्लाह आप भी ऐसी बात को समझेंगे या समझ रहे हैं कि ये दुनिया जिसमें हम रह रहे हैं या सोच रहे हैं हम रह रहे हैं, ये हकीकत में एक वर्चुअल रियलिटी है, एक ख्वाब जैसा है. मैं ये बात कर रहा हूँ अभी. Ali Hussein Bag says, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Ali Hussein Bag. Saib Gray says, Pakistani economy is cash-based. People hesitate to use credit cards and debit card to used in Pakistan because people scared of FBR, mostly elite, didn't pay tax. Everything you're saying is true. I am quite sure. But again, what I'm talking about today is that this entire reality in which credit cards or debit cards or cash or what, all this is going on, this is controlled by an elite who have figured out how to avoid paying tax, or in fact, the higher elite, you might say, they're the ones who are creating the whole situation of money, paper money, and then digital money, because they can manufacture it out of nothing, and we are accepting that reality as something true, something important. But it's not. This money, this paper money, or debit cards or credit cards, this is all generated out of nothing. But banks do that. Try to understand this. So we are living in a reality folded within a reality, this reality of this money economy, this paper money economy, is a illusion within the illusion of this simulation of this world that we live in, or that we think we're living in, because we're not actually living in this. We are living in it just like somebody who's playing a computer game is temporarily living within that computer game. Okay, Zari Khan says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Zari Khan Sahib. Ali Husnain Beg says, please tell if someone want to meet Prophet Muhammad SAW, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, like you meet, what we have to do. Well, I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that question. I can one thing I can say for sure is just keep praying and keep doing the best you can, and it's up to him whether he wants to meet you or not, and he will arrange it if he wants to. Otherwise, just be patient, and at the proper time, I'm sure you will meet him, inshallah. Zari Khan says, nice to meet you. Nice to have you with us too, Zari Khan side. And let us all go on, continuing, doing zikr, and being very, very sincere about this effort to absorb ourselves in the names of God without illusion, without misinformation, without having the wrong idea of what it's all about. Zikr is not what a lot of people think it is, and which I have sometimes fallen into the trap of thinking it is too. Zikr is simply meant to free us, to bring us close to the absolute truth, the supreme source of everything, God Almighty, and not to make us more absorbed in this virtual reality dream. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. All right, a few more comments I'll take. Taimur Hassan says, Assalamu alaikum, how are you? I am fine, thank you. I'm realizing that I am not to worry about what's happening in this world so much, but should see the truth, as I've been talking about. This world is really a virtual reality, a simulation. And he goes on, Ismi Azam, in your view, very good question. I can't answer that question. But any ism, any God name, any name of God is beneficial, whether it's the Ismi Azam, the greatest name or not. I don't know what it is, but any name of God, I know this is a fact, I'm certain of this. Any name of God is effective in waking us up from this virtual reality if we understand it and utilize it, not for our selfish purposes, but for that purpose of self-realization and God consciousness. Of course, it's a very, very tricky situation because it is a virtual reality, and therefore it can appear to be something different than it really is, which is what most people are absorbed in. It is a little complicated, but I hope it's something that you will also appreciate. I'm appreciating it more these last few days, especially. Watching the sunrise seems to be effective, sort of waking us up from, wait a second, what's really going on here? This is not what it seems to be. Anyway, that's happening to me. Zari Khan says, no, excuse me, Ahmed Bilal says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Ahmed Bilal. Zari Khan says, Allah Hafiz, Allah Hafiz. May God protect us all. And Taimur Hassan says, what are your views about what happened in Israel? I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's some news. I don't follow the news very closely. So you'll have to tell me what it is that happened in Israel so I can say what it is that are my views about it. But I don't know what you're talking about. Some recent event that happened or what's going on generally? Please explain that. And Games Lover says, आपका उनके बारे में क्या ख्याल है? किन के बारे में? कितने? I don't know. Games Lover, you'll have to explain to me. Kin ke bare mein? Yes, okay. Oh, I know. He's saying Al-Gohar because he was the one who asked about Al-Gohar before. What are my views about Al-Gohar? Well, I don't know very much about him. I do know that he has some very good teachings, a little bit. I don't know much, but he also teaches, as I am teaching, that people of all religions are following a good process, not only one Muslim or one group of Muslims, but people of all religions. Uh, I believe he accepts that fundamental truth that I am spreading also. So that's good. Um, Otherwise, I don't know much about him. Zari Khan. Taimur Hassan says, Hamas attacked Israel. Oh, I hadn't heard that, but and Taimur Hassan said they're surely going to react badly. Sign of Akhir Zaman. Well, this is Akhir Zaman right now. This is not the end of the world, but the end of the age. We are living in that final period of time referred to as the day of resurrection or the day of judgment or the end of the world. But the end of the world doesn't really mean the end of the world. It means the end of the age, like you say, Zaman, the time. This is the end of the old time of illusion, of hypocrisy, of deceit, and of war. And this is the beginning of the time right now. We're in it, the establishment of world peace and truth and justice. So I believe that many, many people are promoting this. Good people are promoting this understanding. And a lot of people are promoting misunderstandings about it too. But so I didn't know that Hamas had attacked Israel, but certainly I think you're right that they're going to react badly, and this is going to increase, and wars and deceit are going to increase, and these are all signs that the world is changing, and the world of war, the world of disinformation, even uh, is going to end, and the truth and ultimately world peace and love are going to be established soon, very soon. And part of that is this realization I just had today, or this yesterday, I can say, understanding, which I've understood before but haven't been thinking about. This world we're living in, or think we're living in, really is a virtual reality. And we have to understand that point, and then we can really see things better in a proper way. Okay, Games Lover says, आप ख्याल में इमाम मेहदी का ज़ुहूर कब होगा? इसका जवाब मैं कई बार दे चुका हूँ कि इमाम मेहदी आ चुका है और फिर भी आ सकता है, सिर्फ एक बार नहीं आते हैं इमाम मेहदी अलैहिस्सलाम। मैंने बताया था कि मेरे नज़दीक जो तकरीबन शायद 150 साल पहले मदीना या मक्का शरीफ में एक आदमी पैदा हुआ था जो अमेरिका आए थे, और यहाँ भी वो तबलीग कर रहे थे, और उसका नाम है फ़ैज़ मोहम्मद, मास्टर फ़ैज़ मोहम्मद। तो मैं उसको इमाम मेहदी का एक ज़हूर मानता हूँ, और दूसरे और भी हैं, लेकिन तो ये नहीं कि कब होगा, बल्कि हो चुका है, और हो सकता है कि वो अभी भी मौजूद है, हो सकता है वो आएंगे भी फिर, लेकिन उनका मिशन जो है वो आलमगीर अमन कायम करना है और दजाल का फ्रेब को दूर करना है सब लोगों के दिल से। अच्छा, Zari Khan says, give me your WhatsApp contact. I don't really use WhatsApp. Iman Allah Tariq says, please pray for my country and my family. I am praying for your country every day, and I will pray for your family also. Oh God, please bless Inam Allah Tariq's family. May he and his family all become great warriors in this great jihad, this great struggle, what we call Ghazwa Hind, when the world will begin to see the truth. The world will begin to escape from this illusion that I am right, my people are right, and others are wrong. That's the illusion that everyone's in. And with Zikr, we are supposed to overcome that misconception. So I am praying for Yanamullah Tariq. May you become a great warrior in this great struggle to establish truth and justice and love, not only in Pakistan, Khalistan, all over the world. And Muhammad Farhan Jamil Muscat Aman says, Sir, मुझे पूछना है कि हम अपने ऊपर अल्लाह के रहमत की बारिश कैसे करें? بس ذکر سب سے اچھا طریقہ، صاف دل کا ذکر، دل کی گہرائی سے میرے نزدیک یہ ہے. اور اچھے لوگ، مطلب سمجھدار لوگوں سے ملنا، ان سے ان کے ساتھ رہنا اور ان سے سیکھنا، یہ دونوں چیز ہیں، ذکر اور اچھے لوگوں کے، روحانی لوگوں کے ساتھ رہنا یا ان سے بات کرنا. Ali Hussein Beg says, please give your opinion about Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. Was he really Sheikh or just stories? Is Mujizat real? As far as I know, Abdul Qadir Jilani Sahib was really a Sheikh. But there may be many stories also about him. I don't know. Muhammad Farhan Jamil Maskar Oman says, Sir, Allah ke kaun se zikr daily kiya kare taaki hum par Allah ki rahmat aa jaye. تو میں مختلف ذکر کرتا ہوں، درود شریف ابراہیمی اور باپا گرو نانک صاحب کا مول منتر، اور حضرت عیسی علیہ السلام کا لارڈز پریئر، اور سنسکرت مہا منتر. یہ 4 ذکر میں روزانہ کرتا ہوں. اس کے علاوہ اور بھی اپنے مرشد کا ذکر بھی کرتا ہوں، زیادہ وہی بھی کر رہا ہوں آج کل. لیکن ان اللہ سبحانہ وتعالیٰ کا کسی بھی نام، کسی بھی زبان میں ہم ذکر کر سکتے ہیں، سب میں فائدہ ہے. اس بات کو ہمیں سمجھنا ہے، اور اس بات کو سمجھ کر ہم اس خواب سے جاگ سکتے ہیں. اگر ہم اس حقیقت کو نہیں سمجھتے ہیں تو مشکل ہے. اوکے، آخر میں کوثر خان بھی سلام کہہ رہی ہے. وعلیکم السلام. اللہ حافظ.